sure you've heard of all of the things going on with Nick Cannon. But tell us how you're addressing it on your show, and then we'll get to Nick.
I mean, so first of all, anti-Semitism is wrong, full stop, just like racism is wrong, full stop. And we went to Pittsburgh, and if you're going to go to Pittsburgh and talk about white supremacy and talk about hate, there's, of course, black and white racism to talk about. But Pittsburgh was also home of the, I think it's what is called the worst attack on Jewish people in this country's history. Nick seems to feel like he doesn't want to lose his street cred. And so I feel like I see him all the time doing things that's like, you're the host of The Masked Singer, but you want us to also know that you care about your people. But I feel like you can care about your people without leaning into some of those things like the anti-Semitism. I also know that Louis Farrakhan is a very divisive figure, and forget outside of the black community, but within the black community, because for many black people, the Nation of Islam was there when nobody else was there for us. So certainly Louis Farrakhan has said many anti-Semitic things and other things that are not cool, to put it lightly. But also for a lot of people in the black community, Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam were there to get their backs when they couldn't trust the police or local politicians. So it's just super complicated. But again, anti-Semitism is wrong, full stop.
I'm really worried about civil war. I really am. I have never seen this kind of violence where people are trigger happy. I feel like we are on the brink of something. And with this election coming up where, people are screaming fraud from the White House, there is voter suppression, which is clear. I'm just feeling we're on the brink.
Well, thank you for paying attention. I think that's what I would say about that, is that I don't know if it's civil war, but I do think we're potentially, if we could look up in 10 years and the rest of the world could be like, man, remember when we used to go to America? Yeah, remember when that was a place we used to send our smartest people from around the world to that place? In the same way that Rome used to be an empire. Now it's a city where you go and look at the stuff that used to be an empire. We're in danger, I feel like, of that. Like one day we're going to look up and we will have lost that place. And the way we'll know it is because all the innovation, all the new technology, all the new systems that are created will not be happening here anymore, because the people who used to immigrate to this country or come to school in this country will all be staying in their own countries or going somewhere else. So I think this is possibly the end of the empire. United Shades this Sunday on CNN.